On April 22, 2025, Tesla released its first quarter earning results. This is the first earnings since Musk took charge of the Department of Government Efficiency, catalyzing massive protests and vandalism against Tesla. The results were disastrous. Vehicle deliveries declined 16% versus the prior year. Total revenue declined by 9% to $19 billion. They eked out a tiny operating profit of $493 million, excluding non-recurring items. This is a decline of 58% versus the prior year. Despite the horrible financial results, Tesla's stock price actually increased following the earnings report. Tesla still has a market capitalization of roughly $800 billion, making it the most valuable automaker in the world by far. The second most valuable automaker is Toyota, which has a market cap of just $250 billion. In this video, we'll unpack Tesla's first quarter results. We'll then try to understand why so many investors still believe in the company, despite its poor recent performance. This video is brought to you by Differentiated Analytics, a website we created which provides premium short-selling research among other things. We identify companies we believe to be fraudulent or overvalued, and write professional-grade research reports explaining the bear case in great detail. Since we began publishing our research at the beginning of 2024, a hypothetical portfolio of our short positions has massively underperformed the S&P 500. We also have a public short report aggregator. Here we follow a handful of activist short sellers who we hold in high regard. Every time they release a new short report, we write a summary allowing you to quickly gain an understanding of the key points. Finally, we have a merger arbitrage table, which tracks all active mergers and acquisitions of companies listed on major US exchanges. All of this is available with a premium subscription to Differentiated Analytics. And for a limited time, you can lock in 50% off by using the promo code WSM50 at the checkout page. So if you're interested in short selling, make sure to go to differentiatedanalytics.com to sign up today. The link is in the description below. And now back to the video. Let's start off by looking at deliveries. Tesla does not report delivery numbers for each model. Instead, they have two reporting segments. The first segment is the models 3 and Y. The second segment is all other models, which includes the S, X, Cybertruck, and Semi-Truck. Although deliveries of the Tesla Semi are so insignificant as to be immaterial. Total deliveries declined 16% versus the prior year. The 363,000 cars they delivered in the first quarter of 2025 is the lowest level of deliveries since the second quarter of 2022. Tesla tried to blame this on the release of the new version of the Model Y, which is called the Juniper. The Juniper was only launched near the end of the quarter. They halted production of the old Model Y to change over to the new version. While the Model Y changeover undoubtedly played some role, it is not enough to entirely explain the decline in deliveries. Deliveries of the Model 3 and Y declined by 16%. Deliveries of all other models declined by 18%. You can't blame the Model Y changeover for declining deliveries in the other segment. There is clearly a decline in demand for the Tesla brand in general, likely due to controversy around Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency. We can also see this in the market share numbers. Tesla's three main markets are North America, Europe, and China. In both North America and Europe, Tesla's market share is declining, while it has remained about flat in China. This is despite EV penetration continuing to increase strongly in all three regions. In addition to selling vehicles, Tesla has another segment called energy generation and storage. This includes their Powerwall, which can be installed in residential homes, their massive grid-scale energy storage, and finally their residential solar roofs. Tesla's solar business was created when they acquired SolarCity in 2016. The energy storage has been doing very well. Here we can see that the number of gigawatt hours deployed has increased tremendously over the past couple years. The solar roofs, on the other hand, have been a disaster. Throughout 2022 and 2023, their solar roof deployments declined by more than half. It got so bad that in 2024, they stopped disclosing their solar deployments. The solar roofs are expensive and take a long time to install. They're currently too expensive to make sense for most households. Overall, the energy generation and storage segment has been growing strongly. In the first quarter of 2025, it generated $2.7 billion of revenue, an increase of 67% versus the year-ago period. Their services and other segment increased 15%. This includes their public superchargers, remarketing of used cars, and their insurance offering. But the vast majority of revenue still comes from the automotive segment, which is declining. So total revenue decreased by 9%. Tesla's core business of selling cars is obviously not going well, and it doesn't look like it will get better anytime soon. The company declined to provide operational or financial guidance for 2025. They blamed the unfavorable macroeconomic environment. During the earnings conference call, Elon Musk tried to distract away from the disastrous financial results as much as possible. He wants investors to instead focus on the revolutionary new technologies he claims to be developing. Musk said, quote, "The value of the company is delivering sustainable abundance with our affordable AI-powered robots," unquote. By AI-powered robots, he's referring to their planned autonomous robotaxis, as well as their Optimus humanoid robots. According to Musk, the Robotaxi and Optimus will be so valuable as to dwarf Tesla's current core business of selling cars. Thus, the fact that the core business is declining doesn't really matter to the long-term value of the company. This is what Musk wants investors to believe. Since 2019, Elon Musk has promised that a fully autonomous Robotaxi network is just 1 year away. He has repeated this promise every year since then, and it has never come to fruition. But this time, his promise seems much more concrete than anything he said in the past. He now says that Tesla's first unsupervised robotaxis will begin operating in Austin, Texas in June of this year. The initial rollout will be very small, only 10 to 20 vehicles. They'll be Model Ys, not the dedicated Cybercab robotaxi that was unveiled last year. While there will be no safety driver behind the wheel, Tesla will have support staff on standby who can come to rescue the robotaxi if it gets stuck or runs into problems. Google-owned Waymo first began robotaxi rides without a human safety driver in 2020. Waymo is currently operating in Phoenix, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Austin. Tesla is planning to do the same thing that Waymo has already been doing for 5 years. Despite their late start, Elon Musk claims that Tesla's self-driving technology is far superior to Waymo or anyone else. He thus expects Tesla to achieve 99% market share for robotaxis. Waymo cars have numerous radar and LiDAR sensors. This makes them very expensive. It is estimated that each Waymo car costs around $250,000. Additionally, they are geofenced to only work within specific areas that need to be meticulously mapped out ahead of time. This is why their commercial rollout has been relatively slow. Tesla's full self-driving relies only on cameras. It can thus be done with Tesla Model 3s and Ys, which are much cheaper. And according to Musk, the FSD is a generalized solution that can work anywhere. Each city does not need to be individually pre-mapped. On the earnings conference call, Musk explained, quote, "Once we make it work in a few cities, we can basically make it work in all cities in that legal jurisdiction. Once we can make it work in a few cities in America, we can make it work anywhere in America. Once we can make it work in a few cities in China, we can make it work anywhere in China. Likewise in Europe, limited only by regulatory approvals." So this is the advantage of having a generalized solution using artificial intelligence, and an AI chip that Tesla designed specifically for this purpose, as opposed to very expensive sensors and high-precision maps of a particular neighborhood, where that neighborhood may change or often changes, and then the car stops working. So we have a general solution instead of a specific solution, unquote. In October of 2024, Tesla unveiled their dedicated robotaxi called the Cybercab. It ran on full self-driving or FSD version 13. As of the time of recording this video, version 13 is still the latest version of FSD available. This is presumably the version that will be used for the planned Austin Robotaxi launch in June. On YouTube, you can find copious amounts of dashcam footage from Tesla owners using FSD. This one comes from a Colorado-based Tesla owner named Robert Bentley, who is using FSD version 13 in February of 2025. Here you can see the car violating traffic laws by driving in the middle of 2 lanes. Here, the Tesla is approaching a traffic light at high speed. As the Tesla is fast approaching, the light turns yellow. FSD slams on the brakes. Due to the snowy conditions on the road, the car started to slip. Mr. Bentley was obliged to take control of the car, fearing that it may lose control. An experienced human driver would have known that making such an abrupt stop could be dangerous due to the unfavorable road conditions. A human driver can use their judgment and decide to just run through the yellow light. FSD is not able to do this. As we've explained in previous videos, Tesla's safety statistics are selective and unreliable. But even if you take them at face value, which you absolutely should not, they prove nothing about the safety of an unsupervised robotaxi. Take the example we just looked at. The car didn't crash, so according to Tesla's data, the car has driven some miles without a crash. This improves crash rate statistics. But what if Mr. Bentley had not intervened? Would the car have crashed? There's no way to know. So we have no idea how safe an unsupervised Tesla robotaxi will be. Tesla and Elon Musk have no way of knowing this either because there's no real-world data. Yet Musk continues to make unsubstantiated claims that the robotaxi will be far safer than a human driver. In one instance, he claimed it will be 30 times safer than a human driver. He provided no evidence to substantiate this claim. In the most recent earnings call, one of the Wall Street analysts asked about this very issue. Quote, So Elon, the public version of the FSD software still has a decent amount of, I guess, intermittent human interventions that are required. So what's still required for the software on your end to get to a level where it doesn't need to be supervised? And I'm asking that in the context of, obviously, the June launch being in the next couple months. What still needs to happen, unquote. A Tesla executive responded, quote, I mean, we are aware of the interventions that are happening in the public, and that's why we are hardcore burning it down. And really speaking, some initial launch city helped us focus on, like solving all the issues that we face here. For example, like we're just focusing on Austin. We're not like solving all the issues that customers in Boston or somewhere else might face. And then here we just like have a big list of all the issues, just burn it down, and that's what the team is working on along with the other sort of like redundancy issues, unquote. This response is a bit difficult to understand because he uses a very strange choice of vocabulary. He says Tesla is hardcore burning it down. I guess that means they're trying to solve problems with FSD to prevent the need for human interventions. Tesla has been working on autonomous driving for more than 10 years. I don't know what type of progress they can make in the next 2 months. He then explains that their decision to launch only in one city helps. At first, they just have to focus on solving the problems in Austin. Then they can move on to Boston and other cities at a later date. But this completely runs contrary to Elon Musk's statements that Tesla's FSD is generalized. If it were truly generalized, you wouldn't need to focus on Austin and Boston one at a time. It should be able to work anywhere. We also know that the Cybercab Unveil event in October was staged. Tesla extensively pre-mapped the venue location beforehand. If FSD was a generalized solution, this would not have been necessary. Elon Musk's next pipe dream is the Optimus humanoid robot. He says they expect to make a few thousand Optimus robots by the end of 2025. They'll work at Tesla's own factories. Musk claims that Optimus will be the greatest product ever of all time and will eventually generate $10 trillion of revenue. The problem is the Optimus robot does not exist. The physical form exists, but AI that's supposed to power it does not exist. It's fake. During the Cybercab event in October, they had some Optimus robots pouring drinks and handing out gift bags. It was later revealed that the robots were remotely controlled by human operators. This was not disclosed at the time. Tesla tried to give the false impression that they were autonomous. Tesla has released highly choreographed promotional videos purporting to show the capabilities of Optimus. But if the Optimus robots were really so capable, why would they need to use fake ones at their event? The Q1 Tesla earnings call can be best summed up by this one statement from Elon Musk, quote, I'd encourage people to look beyond like some sort of bumps and bundles of each road immediately ahead of us, but lift your gaze to the bright, shining sort of down the hill, I don't know, some Reagan-esque imagery. And that's where we're headed in the not too distant future, unquote. I'm not sure what Reagan-esque means in this context. Nonetheless, the overall meaning is clear. Don't worry about our disastrous financial results today. Instead, think about all the amazing things we're going to do in the future. But why should anyone believe this? It's important to take a step back and look at Elon Musk's long history of overpromising and underdelivering. The most extreme example of this is the second-generation Roadster sports car. It was unveiled in 2017 and it was initially supposed to begin deliveries in 2020. The first 1,000 Roadsters would be called the Founder Series. Founder Series Roadsters cost $250,000. To reserve a spot, you need to pay the entire purchase price up front. In 2021, they were sold out, meaning Tesla raised $250 million from these pre-sales. It's now been 8 years since the Roadster was unveiled, 5 years since it was supposed to be delivered, and 4 years since pre-orders sold out. Yet not only has Tesla not begun production, they haven't even designed it. In their most recent investor presentation, the status of the Roadster is listed as design development. They don't even know where they're going to assemble it. 1,000 people have paid $250,000 each for a car that does not yet exist, and may or may not ever be delivered at some indefinite point in the future. This is what trusting Elon Musk gets you. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video. What do you think about Tesla? Let us know in the comments section below. As always, thank you so much for watching and we'll see you in the next one. Wall Street Millennial, signing out.